I am currently on my way to take my first open diving course class. So over the next 4 days, I'm going to be doing a full open water 20 course. We have a couple days of theory and then some pool dives and then some dives in the open water. This has been something I've been wanting to do for a really long time. Like, as long as I can remember. It feels a little crazy now. I've started to do some of the reading, started to do some of the quizzes, and I'm like, this is more than a fantasy now. This is like real safety course, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see how it goes. The courses have made me a little bit nervous, if anything, but more excited as well. It's a bit of both. It's a bit of both. We'll see. Tonight's gonna be fun. It's just orientation and some theory class, and then we're starting to get into more practice tomorrow. It's also been raining non-stop on this island for the past 2 days since we've been here, and this is what it is currently. Just a light drizzle. So I'm happy today we're inside for our theory class because I don't want to be outside for this. Oh my god.
Okay, I'm not expecting you to be like by yourself and don't talk to each other. Your dive is gonna be shit. If you have the mask that fits your face.
So I just got back from my first theory class, first day of the diving course. It was super cool. We had just a small group of 5 in the classroom learning the theory. Very rainy, so we had to change classrooms a couple times to find somewhere not so loud. But it was really cool. We went over the diving in general, and we went over some of the physics, which was really interesting to learn actually about like compression and the water pressure and stuff like that. I was like, grade 11 science, don't fail me now. I need my physics. But on the plus side, like the teacher's pet I am, my friends always call me that, I thought that coming into the day one you had to have a certain number of the quizzes done. So the one that we had to do today I had already done. I did the physics one in class, and then the one that we're supposed to do tonight I already did. So I was like, I am a teacher's pet, I guess. My mom is a teacher, my stepdad's a teacher, so I can't really help it. What can I say? And yeah, I'm really excited. The group is super cute. There's some people from England, there's another guy from Germany, and then my friend Chris, also from Germany, who we met in Cambodia, is doing it with me. And it's going to be amazing. Tomorrow we have an early morning. We're going back to the pool at 7:30 a.m., going to the class, and then going to the pool for 8 a.m. for our first in-pool session. And looks like I've already done my homework for tonight. Honestly, doing some of the research and the reading has made me a little bit more aware of all the safety precautions and like intense reality of scuba diving, more than just like the fantasy and fun that I've been imagining. But it also has really increased my excitement. Like, it's made it feel a lot more real that I'm gonna do this. And it's making me really excited for the whole experience. Good morning. It is bright and early, 7:20. We're on our way to our next diving class. Today we're gonna do our first exercises in the pool. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Very happy we're gonna start in a pool rather than just jumping straight into the ocean. Just because I feel like there's a lot of steps, a lot of things to keep track of. But I'm excited to get in the water today. I feel like it's gonna feel more hands-on, which is exciting. We've just arrived at the pool. We're just getting everything set up to do our first lessons. Swimming test, I passed.
No, my swim is done. We need to do the air sharing.
Our first exercises, training in the water, went super easy. I still feel like I have water in my ear though, but they were fun. They were easy. We stayed down, like listened to the instructions. Hey. All right, we just finished our first day in the pool. It was much better than I expected. It was really cool to try some of the actual like practice exercises. And it was very peaceful to breathe with the regulator, which is really nice because I was wondering how that was gonna feel. I thought you were gonna have to like suck in more to get the air, but it's very fluid and free flowing when you're breathing in with the regulator air. And this pool, I learned today, is only 2 meters. So we went down to the bottom, saw what that's like. Tomorrow we're going to 12 meters. So it is kind of crazy to imagine that times like 6. Like it's gonna feel deep down. I'm excited to see how it goes. Day 2 is complete beyond homework. I've done some of them early, so I just have, I think, 3 more lessons to do and quizzes to do before tomorrow. And then we have 1 more theory class tomorrow in the morning before we take our exam, our theory exam. And then we also have 2 dives tomorrow. And I'm feeling wiped after the pool training this morning, so I can only imagine how tired I'm gonna feel after doing 2 full dives tomorrow. It's gonna be interesting. And the other thing I'm really, I just dropped my wet bathing suit. So after doing only 2 meters and seeing how deep that actually felt, I'm very intrigued to do 12 meters tomorrow and see how deep that feels. It's gonna feel way down at the bottom, and like, we'll see how sunny it is if we can see the sunlight at the top, but it's gonna just feel so much deeper, which will make all the skills feel a little more real, for sure. Like, obviously at this point you can see the surface, you can just swim to it so easily, even though you have all this equipment on. Whereas tomorrow's gonna feel a little bit more like, what do I do in this situation? I'm down here, we're not going up yet. Like, it's gonna be more step by step. I don't know, I'm freaking myself out now. I swear I'm excited for this, but it's gonna feel different when we're in the big blue, the big vast expanse and space of the ocean, and like 6 times as deep as we were today, which is crazy to imagine. But I'm excited. Gonna go grab some food now with Robert and Chris and Mackenzie and some other people. And yeah, we need some food before we start studying. I feel myself like a little out of it already. So we're gonna grab.
How's the studying going?
Class is back in session. I'm doing friggin' math times tables, not times tables, physics. What the hell is this?
You, understanding it?
For the most part, except for all these equations. Like, thank God we have personal dive computers. Because before you had to do this on a scribe tablet, I would be at the depth and I'd be like, sir, I don't know the math. Like, Christ.
Good morning. I am just on my way down to meet Chris to go to our next training. And I found out that one of our classmates, Robert, has food poisoning and can't go. We all went to the same restaurant last night, so I feel so bad. And I'm also so curious of what it was. He had shrimp, I think, so it was probably that. But I'm so sad. We're dropping like flies before we even started. Okay, I was supposed to meet Chris, my other friend who's doing my course, and he might be still asleep. He's not responding. We are dropping like flies. I don't like this. Why did I have 3 friends going into this and now I'm just going myself? Oh my god, it's every man for themselves in this scuba mission. For real though, we have a big day today. We have theory in the morning. And I think there's 1 more lesson we have to do in class. And then we have the exam. And then we have a break, and then this afternoon we do our first 2 open water dives to 12 meters. So we're gonna be in the big blue, in the ocean. I'm so excited. I'm anxious for it in a good way, like I'm feeling anticipatory for it. But it did surprise me how naturally the breathing came and how, yeah, I was hoping, I was having this feeling people were talking about you going to the water, it feels peaceful, it feels meditative. But as someone who gets anxious and gets stressed about things, I didn't know maybe it was gonna be harder for me to find that feeling. But I really had it yesterday in the pool, and I'm letting that feeling and letting that like calm excitement take me into the ocean today, because I'm an ocean lover and I love it so much. So this is just like the next step of that. It's not going to be scary. I'm telling myself clearly, but I'm going in with the right attitude, I think. Okay, so we just finished our morning theory class early because we all passed the exam on the first try. Super excited. Chris ended up making it to class. He was there just as we were starting, thank goodness. And yeah, all the studying is done. The exam has been passed. Now we just have to do the actual open water dives, which is going to be the fun part, I think. And really nice because we could talk to the teachers about questions, like not to fully get the answer, but we could talk through questions with them in the exam. It was very open, and like the teachers did an incredible job because I was flying through some of the questions. Like even just from the way they talked about things in class, they would kind of get us prepared for like, this is probably going to be on the exam in some capacity. So there were certain things I had like noted. There were certain things that we went over so many times. So I was like, I know this. There were certain things even we already did in the drills yesterday. So I was like, got this. So the exam was pretty easy, I must say. I did study. I did prepare myself, but it was super easy. Like some of them were common sense, and then the ones that weren't common sense, I was like, we've gone over this like 4 times. I know it. I sound like such a teacher's pet right now, but that's good in scuba school. And yeah, we have a little bit of a break now. We were gonna have a 1-hour break. Now we have a 2-hour break before we do the dives. And I mean, this is lightened up. The weather is terrible. The thunder sounds like gunshots right now. So we also just have to like wait and see how the weather plays out today, if they have to delay the boat or not. But then we do 2 dives this afternoon. I literally, now that I've done the exam, there's a weight lifted. It's going to be thrilling to go in the water and go super deep, and I'm interested to see how the equalizing goes, because even in the pool, trying to equalize at just like 2 meters was a little bit tough for me yesterday, but I'm going to feel that very quickly if I am having trouble having sinus pain. So okay, we've had our little break. We have just got back to the dive center. It's still super rainy and stormy, but apparently it's not close by, so we're still heading out. The tri-divers just went out, and then now the open water course is going to go out next. And we just went through our dive plan. We know where we're going. We're going to the Japanese garden dive site. So let's get ready. We just surfaced from our first ever trial dive. That was incredibly amazing. There was a moment where I was like, okay, stop, breathe, continue on. And then I was able to equalize and keep going down. But we went almost all the way to 12 meters, to like 11 meters. It was so amazing. I saw an eel in real life for the first time. Amazing coral. I was really focused on like everything I was doing for the dive, so I didn't even look around as much as I wish I did, but because I had so much to focus on. But every so often I'd catch myself and I'd be like, look around, this is incredible. Like, it was just so sick. So cool to be under the water. Before we knew it, we hit the surface again. Like, it just went so smoothly. I couldn't have asked for a better first dive. It was so fun.
We just basically gonna pass our equipment from one thing to the other thing. So I'm gonna show you.
We just finished our second dive. It was equally as amazing. The equalization of my nose and sinuses was equally as hard. But I was a lot more calm this time because I knew I just had to sort of like chill out. Either wait a minute at that depth or go up a little bit and try again, and it would really work itself out. It was so amazing. We saw two pairs of fish that are the type of fish that mate solo and mate for life. So we saw little pairs, little besties swimming around. We're gonna learn now how to log the dives using our little dog. Oh my god, I can't speak. I'm euphoric. We're gonna learn how to log our dives now using the dive computers that we had on the way down. It tells us the maximum depth we went to and how long the dive was. If you needed to decompress after a certain depth and time, it would tell you how long you have to decompress for. And then tomorrow we do 2 more. How sick? We made it back to shore after our first 2 dives. I'm very happy I had a little change of clothes. And now we're gonna log them.
And average depth 7.9, so 1.7.
Good morning. It's the morning of our last 2 dives. Excuse me. My body is tired. My head's a little tired. I'm just like, whew. It's been a busy few days. We made it to the boat.
Do you have any questions?
First dive is done. All the way. 1 final dive to go. How do you feel about it? Oh, I feel amazing. It's the last day, unfortunately. I spent the last 3 days with Jonathan and my diving buddy. It was amazing. I've never went diving before, just a couple times snorkeling. This is so much better, so different. It's different. It's like being on an alien world or something. When you're really down there and you can just stay still, it's amazing. dive. It's complete. It was super nice. Maybe the most painful on my ears, so I need to go check if I have like a sinus block or something. But I made it through, made it down to about 17 meters deep, which is crazy. And it was such a great way. The sun came up when we came up from our last dive, so what a way to finish. All right, I'm back home at the hostel. Had a shower, had some food. I'm feeling a little back to normal. And just reveling in that whole experience. It was such a fun and unique thing to do here in Thailand. And I actually had a couple questions from Instagram that I wanted to answer to end, because I was curious if people had questions about taking the open water course in general or with La Bombona diving. And so the first one is, did anything scary swim by? Thankfully, no. There was tons of fish, probably like, ooh, lightning, now that's scary. There was tons of fish, probably the most fish I've ever seen in my life, ever in one place. There was just thousands, which was incredible, all different types, all different colors. Nothing too scary though. We were really on the lookout for whale sharks, and it was told us that it was rare, but we might see whale sharks if we're really lucky. We never did. That would have been unique because they're so big, but not scary, I don't think so. The second one is, do my ears hurt? Did my ears hurt? Honestly, yes. For me, that was like one of the biggest struggles, was the descent and the pressure on my ears, and I really had to figure out like how equalizing worked for me. And I just had to take it really slow. Like the group could descend a lot faster than me. They kind of had to wait for me, but that's the name of the game. It definitely is something that like I would want to work on if I was going to dive again, or I'd want to go even just get checked out to see if like my ears are blocked, or if it is just the fact that I'm like a couple weeks out from getting over a cold. But yeah, that honestly was probably the hardest part. It was like the only part of the experience that made me have a little bit of, not full-blown panic, but a little bit of panic of like, ooh, I'm like able to do this. I really need to think about how they taught us to fix this. So my ears definitely did hurt going down around that like 7, 8, 9 meter range. Once I got past that and I was able to like equalize, I was good to go. Equalizing is just like blowing through your nose to push the water and push the pressure out of your sinuses. Once I was able to do that, good to go. But that was one of the harder parts of the whole experience for me, for sure. And finally, did I pass the course? And the answer is yes! I fully passed the course. I did all the open water dives. And I even have my own little scuba certification card now for open water 20. So it means I can dive with a dive buddy, because you always dive with a dive buddy who's like another certified diver for safety. And it's just the way the systems of like the dive world work. So I'm able to dive with a buddy at dive sites and go to a maximum depth of 20 meters, which is so cool. Yeah, it was a wonderful experience. I'm so happy I got to scuba and learn to scuba with La Bombona Diving here on Koh Tao Island in Thailand. Thank you to them so much. Thank you to our amazing teachers, Isabelle and Harris. Honestly, they made the experience so amazing and incredible. They were so calm, cool, collected. They made such a great energy for the group. It really made us feel like we were in good hands, and it wasn't a super scary experience, but it was an intense experience, an adventurous experience. So having teachers there that you really trusted and who were so calm in their demeanor and so like supportive, giving fist bumps and giving positive reinforcement helped me so much personally. Shout out to them. Shout out to our whole group. We honestly had a great group. We really picked things up quickly, and we all had like similar skill levels, which was really fun to dive with. There was a couple from the UK, my friend Chris from Germany, our other friend Robert from Germany, who unfortunately got sick partway through this course and couldn't complete it, but he was so iconic too. And our amazing teachers, everyone at La Bombona Diving, thank you so much for this experience, because it was beyond my expectations. This has been something I've been wanting to do for so long, so I'm so happy I finally got to do it. And if you ever get a chance to go scuba diving and it interests you, I would totally recommend it. It definitely is like the most adventurous feeling sport I've ever done, because there's just training leading into it. There's lots of equipment, there's lots of things you need to be thinking about, and then you build up to actually diving. And on the other hand, it does feel a certain amount of unnatural as a human to like be so deep in the ocean. It's obviously not like going to space in the same intensity as that, but it's like you're not supposed to be as a human that high up from Earth in the sky. You're not supposed to be as a human 20 feet down in the ocean. It feels weird, the pressure is different, it's an alien world to us. But that was why, in some ways, I wanted to try it so bad. And that part was magical. It lived up to my expectations. So thanks to you guys for watching. And who knows what the next adventure will be.